Yeah, then it should show up on YouTube once you refresh and go to like your lives. It should pop up there and you can just share the link. Okay?
Wait. I don't see it in my YouTube. I don't see it in my YouTube.
Did you do what I told you to do?
Yeah, I went to manage podcast and I made.
Did you start the stream as well? Or did you just click create broadcast?
The stream is on.
Okay, then just keep refreshing on the live.
Oh, I see it.
Okay, bye-bye. Love you.
Bye, I love you.
Good luck.
Hello. What's up, bro? Hello? You're frozen. Why are you lagging? Hello? 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 Say something. Maybe it's your AirPods.
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you now. What the heck?
Goodness gracious me.
I saw your friends earlier when I was coming up.
Okay.
It was like Charlize, TJ,
Mm,
Frankie. Yeah, all of them. Did you end up going to Uniqlo?
no.
Why? You didn't have time?
I was sleeping.
What a chud.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Wait, so you
And
only
then
have
I got
one class
waken up by
today?
a fire alarm. Huh?
What? A fire alarm?
Yeah.
The heck?
Alright. That shit was so loud.
So all you did was sleep, bro?
Yeah.
Wow. You have any plans after this?
Study.
Do you have exams already?
I have 2 on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, you still got
Um,
time. Technically, I was supposed to take mine tomorrow, but since I'm going to Cali, I'm taking it on Monday instead.
Mm.
Yeah, but I won't have time to study over this weekend, so I'm kind of cooked.
Did they believe you? Did your mom believe you?
Oh no, my mom hasn't replied to me, bro.
Oh.
Why is your camera like zooming in? What are these effects? It was
I
like
don't know.
zooming in and then zooming out. Yeah, my mom hasn't replied. What the heck? She also hasn't like picked up my car, so I don't
Mm.
know when she's gonna do that.
Whoa. I just froze.
Why is your
Whoa.
screen black now?
No, I'm good. We're chill.
Oh, you're blurring your background.
Should I?
Wait, so why don't you just like turn both beds into one and make a massive like bed?
I'm not supposed to.
But you're not?
No.
How would they know though? Technically, they wouldn't know.
They wouldn't. Technically.
Are you gonna see Carolyn today?
No.
Why? So what days do you guys usually see each other?
It's been Tuesday. Yeah.
So she's not skipping VSA anymore, right?
No.
What are you doing this weekend?
Probably study, but I'm going to William Black. So,
Oh, the rave?
yeah.
Are you just gonna wear like a wife beater?
Probably. I have this.
What pants? Oh, that's cute. Is she gonna like match with you?
The white one.
Oh, that's really cute. Period. Make sure to take a lot of photos.
Real deal.
Do you have a digicam?
She does.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
You're gonna meet my business partner today.
Yeah.
Her name is Van. So be respectful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the business part like a mentee? Mentor?
We have business partners, we have coaches, and we also have mentors.
Okay, so
Yeah.
not
She's
Just like your
considered a
part-
business partner.
Okay.
But I work closely with her. Yeah, out of everyone, I'm closest with her.
I see.
Yeah. Wait, so you're minoring business, right? No? What? So you're just doing computer science? I thought you were minoring in business. Are you just interested in business then?
I was.
But what happened?
Or I signed up to be, but
They didn't give you a minor in business?
I don't think so.
I think for me, like, I had to fill out a form afterwards. Because,
After you got accepted?
yeah. So I'm minoring in psychology, but they made me fill out this form.
How do you know for sure that you are?
So basically, after you fill out the form and you tell them, like, what classes that you're going to take, they either approve of it or, you know, not approve it. But
Right.
I'm pretty sure I am a minor because, yeah, they sent me an email to follow up. I feel
see.
like there's a way to know, though. It's probably on your, like, what's it called? Transcript or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, computer science is already, like, pretty hard major, so I feel like if you take business classes, it's kind of just for fun. I feel like you don't really need to, like, go to college for business to do business.
Yeah. Damn.
What?
I broke it.
Is that her hair tie?
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
But look.
How
Yeah.
did you break it? Were you using it?
Exactly.
Were you
No.
tying your hair or something?
No, it's like the one that she gave me is like really tight.
She should give you a scrunchie.
Wait,
Boy.
wait,
Boy.
wait,
Okay, ew.
wait.
Oh my goodness, bro. Stop. You love that scuba thing, bro. What? You. I'm talking about you. Just gonna have fan dance at 8. I'm gonna be late.
Right.
Do you even go to, like, Hawaii Club? Or what is it called?
Yeah, Hawaii Club.
Do you still go?
That's right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you usually go, though?
Yeah.
Are you cutting it?
Cause it's like, bro, it got like hairy.
What? It got
don't know why.
hairy?
Like it got fuzzy. So I'm cutting off like the fuzz. I don't know why I did that.
Interesting. Can you hear my notifications go off?
Yeah.
You can? Actually, is it really loud?
Not really.
Okay, 1 second. Why you look so sad, bro?
I'm not.
Oh my god.
Why do you look so serious, bro?
What do you mean? What's there to laugh about? Okay. Vanna's about to join. Sit down, bro.
Oh.
Are you ready? Ready to meet her?
Sure.
Okay. Alright, Van just joined the Zoom. Give her co-host. Okay, Yeah, so Tyler, this is Van. She's just setting up really quick, but Van is my business partner and we've been working closely together for a few months now. So this meeting will just be for you two to learn more about each other, see where your values align, and see if this business is a great fit for you.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, nice to meet you,
Nice
Tyler.
to meet you too. Yeah, Tyler. Nice.
And I see that you are based in Seattle, Washington.
Yes.
I see. So you and Amy are friends, yeah? You guys
Mhm.
know each other.
Right.
I see. Okay. Is it through school or I don't know how you guys know each other?
Yeah, it's through school. Me and Amy are classmates. We're in the same honors program.
Oh, gotcha. Well, nice to meet you. I'm based in California, so
Okay.
not in Seattle. Have you ever been to Cali before?
I've been a couple times, mainly to like Disneyland, but
Okay,
yeah,
fair enough. I feel like
Okay.
that's the only one of the only spots people would, I guess,
yeah.
travel to when they come to California. Yeah, but were you born and raised in Seattle?
I was actually born and raised in Hawaii, but I came to Seattle for college.
Oh, I see. So, do you have relatives or family in Seattle?
I have a few relatives in Seattle, but I mainly came up here because Seattle has a lot of connections to Hawaii, but and I didn't want to go too far from Hawaii, so like I didn't want to go all the way to the East Coast.
Okay, I see. So, are you planning to stay in Seattle to establish your career once you graduate, or are you planning to go back to Hawaii afterwards?
I was thinking of establishing my career, for the most part here, and seeing where my portfolio grew to then at that point, and then see if it was viable for me to move back to Hawaii. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. I think nowadays people they really want to just move to places that give them opportunities
Right.
because the market is very saturated.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that makes sense. Um, a little bit about myself. So I'm based in California, but I wasn't born and raised here originally. I came from Vietnam when I was 12 years old with my family. And so my whole family, including myself, immigrants. And I
Mhm.
think that's part of the reason why growing up, the concept of being a good student, working extra hard was not something that I needed to be taught. It's just being part of me because I saw that from my parents who gave up everything they had in our home country to come to America for me to have a better future. And so from the time I moved here until the end of my senior year, 4.0 GPA was the non-negotiable.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if you relate to that. If you grew up in, or you're Asian, right?
Mhm.
Just based
Yeah,
on your last name. Are you Korean or?
I'm Japanese.
Oh, okay. And your parents, I'm not sure if they had that expectation on you growing up for
Mhm.
school.
They had a similar expectation of me excelling, but I think a lot of it was like self-motivated. They did send me to a private school, so a lot of that had to do with like self-determination and making the most out of that opportunity that they gave me. Um, so yeah, I think a lot of it was informed by my parents, but also driven by myself.
I see. So similarly, I
Mhm.
grew up in that background of just being an Asian kid, and
Mhm.
so doing extra work in school was not something that needed to be reinforced with me.
Mhm.
But fast forward to college, because I was always just being a nerd in school, I got a full ride scholarship to UC Davis. I'm not sure if you heard of the school before, but I think it's the equivalent of UW in Seattle. So I ended up with nursing at Davis. Simple reason. I did my process of elimination. And so I wasn't really into anything related to technology. STEMs like physics or chem wasn't my cup of tea either.
Mhm.
And I figured out biology is a pretty cool subject. And all of my family told me nursing is a stable career and it makes a lot of money. At least that's what I thought at the time. And so
Mhm.
I decided to go into nursing with a 4 scholarship to Davis. So it had nothing to do with business originally. Never planned to start a business one day. Never considered it. I'm not sure. Maybe you can share a little bit more. what made you want to meet up today or learn about business? Did you plan beforehand before you, I guess, talk to Amy? Did you already think about having your own business one day?
I had some thoughts about that. Before coming into Seattle, I actually came to Seattle for computer science, but I had a lot of interest in business previously. Back at home, I did do a summer camp, like internship type of thing for entrepreneurship. So I have a lot of experience with business and entrepreneurship. And it really interests me. But my thought process was um, to focus on technology in college and learn more about that because I feel like learning about business is something that you can also do on your own, and it's like a own personal venture that you can do. So I was hoping to, yeah, learn a little bit more about computer science and gain that skill in order to also help me with possibly in the future creating my own business as well.
Mm, Gotcha. Okay. I'm just curious, what made you want to have a business instead of doing any other career?
Mhm. Um, well, it was I was interested in doing that because I've always been creative, so I've had this interest in creating something. So hopefully, yeah, my idea was that hopefully with this computer science degree as well as previous knowledge of business and hopefully learning more about business, I could um, create something out of my own through that help with technology, yeah, and previous knowledge as well.
Gotcha. I think maybe the next 30, 40 minutes we can uh, talk and get to know each other a little bit more. And then I will share with you my story, how business came into my life too. Because originally I was in something else that not related to business. And maybe after that, I can explain a little bit about our business for you to kind of have an idea what it is. But the reason why I'm asking all these questions, not to interrogate you, but I am working with a lot of young people. There are college students, there are young professionals doing IT, tech, engineering like you,
Mhm.
and banking as well. So there's a variety of different groups of people I'm working with, and a lot of them they have their background in something that has nothing to do with business. And I think it's just like genuine curious. Whenever I sit with
Mhm.
somebody, I just want to know why business for them. Because back then, like I told you, business was never a part of my options. Reason was I grew up in a family where I saw business owners around me, my cousins, my uncles and auntie in America. I'm not sure if you got inspired by family too to go into business, but me growing up, I have people in my life that run like a nail salon and then boba stores, restaurants, laundromat, rental properties. And so on the outside, yes, I like the life that they had. They drive Mercedes, they have Tesla, they have Cadillac, they have a really nice house on the hill, like $1 million house. And their kids, 3, 4 years old, already have their own iPad and phone, and they wear Nike, they wear all sort of high-end brands. And so I like that. But on the other hand, there are also things that I did not like about that lifestyle of a business owner. And so my cousins, the people I just told you who drive Tesla and Cadillac and Mercedes, they only drive those cars to work and from work.
Mhm.
9 a.m. to 9 p.m., they never inside their home. Even though they live in a $1 million house, they never in their home. They gotta be at their business all the time. And yes, they get to take vacations here and there to Hawaii, to Mexico, to a different country. They have perfect picture of family on social media. But I used to live with them. And I
Mhm.
saw the dinner that they had with each other is either silence or the moment they start talking, they start fighting. And
Mhm.
so I didn't like that type of life where, yeah, you are a business owner, you own your business, you make money, but you go home and you have all kind of stress from your business and you
Mhm.
bring that to the dinner table with your wife and husband. And you do that in front of your kids. My matter of fact, my nieces and nephews, they closer to the nanny than my cousins.
Mhm.
And so growing up, seeing all of that made me scared of running a business. Do I like the money? Yes. But I was just scared of becoming like my cousin. And so that's why business was never my thing until when I got to college. What year are you right now in college?
I'm a freshman, same as Amy.
Okay. Are you currently working?
No.
Any internship?
Currently no, but I've been applying and I've had previous internships before.
Gotcha. So, when I got to my first year in college, like you, I wanted to take my time to get used to college life. But at the same time, in my mind, I wanted to have hands-on experience as early as I could. You know why? Because I knew nursing was a good career. But I also knew beside my life partner, the career that I choose is one of the biggest decisions I'm making for my life. Because the next 30, 40 years, every single day, I'm going to spend 2/3 of my day for my career. So I didn't want to make that decision just based on my family's support or people opinion on the internet. And so I tried different things. I did a program, ABA. You work with kids with autism over there. And I work in a hospital as a CNA. I work with older people with dementia. And I worked in a lab research with a PhD student doing microscopic work. So I tried different things within healthcare. Since I didn't know exactly what type of nurse or what type of healthcare profession that I want to get into. So when I did that, guess what I realized? 19 years old, I realized one thing, that is I was okay doing any of those things that I just shared with you. But if somebody asked me, hey Van, do you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life? The answer was always no. Not that I hated what I was doing, but to do the same thing for 10, 12-hour shift, 50, 60 hours a week for 30, 40 years, then no. I don't want to live my life on repeat like that. So that's when I knew it was not about the concentration. It wasn't about the major either, not the career. Because I could be doing something else completely different than nursing or healthcare. But at the end of the day, I would still have to wake up according to somebody else's schedule. I will still have to clock in and out. I still have to wait and get told when to take my lunch, when to see my family, when to travel, how to travel. And I didn't like that. And so that's when 19 years old, the end of my freshman year, I started to become a little bit more open-minded instead of just focusing on getting my nursing degree. And so that's also when I become more sociable. I went out more networking, tried to make connection. Through every single connection that I made, I was always somehow managed to, make a new friend through that connection, and then got invited to a lot of events, tried to attend a lot of events. And through those events, there was one that changed my life forever. And that was the seminar where I get to listen to my mentor's success story. And at the time, I didn't think much of it. I didn't think that this person would be my mentor or anything. But just the one thing stuck out to me. If you and Amy are friends, I'm assuming you heard the story before. I'm not sure if Amy shared the story of our mentor. But he was just my age when he started his business, around our age, 18, 19, in college, being a full-time student and being a full-time worker as well, because he had to pay for his own expense. But 9 to 5 was school and work, and then 5 to 9, unlike people his age. Instead of going out having fun, clubs, raves, parties, whatsoever, going on dates, he was working on himself, starting his own startup. That later on, 3 years after he started, that startup replaced his full-time job income. And so I'm not sure how you feel when you hear story like that, but just for me, right there, I realized 22 is the age that I would start working full-time with my bachelor after college. But there's somebody out there, 22, they knew how to get away from the workforce. As a matter of fact, it's been 10 plus years now. He's in his 30s now. Never had to go work after 22. And he even went back to retire his mom and his dad when he was 25 years old and 27 years old. And as just an immigrant kid, trying to make my family proud, trying to pay them back, when I heard that story, it changed my perspective about business and entrepreneurship. Because back then I look at my cousin, I thought business is just a way of them making money, and I didn't like that life. But that's how I started with entrepreneurship. The later part, the rest of the story is just pretty much me working on myself, trying to earn that chance to work with my mentor, because at the time when he met me, he was already a millionaire. He was coaching, mentoring hundreds of people across North America. So there was no reason for him to just work with a random person like me. So it did take some time and effort to pursue him. But because I took that leap of faith, that chance, that's how I was able to start my own startup too at a time when I was 19 years old, and still actively building my business aside my profession in sales and marketing at the moment. But I know you shared earlier, Tyler, that you like business and you want to integrate computer science into business. But I'm just wondering, besides that, is there like a different reason why you considering business, maybe outside of the career aspect or the finance aspect?
In terms of that, I think a lot of it does tie into like the life that I do see for myself in the future. Um, like similar to what you're describing, it does seem, I mean, it does seem very attractive to not have to work like a 9 to 5 and be able to choose your own hours. And just that lifestyle that it provides is, like I said, very attractive in the sense that you can choose your own vacation hours. You can um, do what you want to do. You can spend time with your family. Um, I think that those aspects is another big part of why business is so attractive to me and starting my own business. Yeah.
I see. Um, you mentioned about the lifestyle, right? Let me actually ask you this question, and I ask this question to everybody, so I hope you don't feel too personal. Um, Actually, let me share my screen really quick. Can you see my screen?
Mhm.
Have you seen something like this before?
Yes. Okay.
So this is called the Wheel of Life.
Mhm.
So if you were to pick Tyler, what would be the top 3 areas that you value the most, the ones that you cannot live without?
Okay. Um, I think for me, family is definitely going to be one of them. I think family has been very integrated into um, my life, specifically growing up in Hawaii. It's like everybody is family, and I think that's a big value. In terms of that, I think good relationships, friends, partners, and God. I think that that's very important to me as well. I grew up Christian, and I think it's very important to hold those relationships. Hold those relationships and allow that to be healthy. And then lastly, I think for me it would be impact and paying it forward. I feel like that includes some bit of success in that sense in terms of financial aspects, but mainly the fact that there's people that have um, given me the ability to be where I am at right now, and being able to give back to that for my kids in the future, and even my parents and other people who have helped me to be where I am today. So I think those three, family, relationship, and impact, are most important to me.
Um, I am very similar to you. And when I was showed this the first time, I had a very hard time to pick because I want all 8 of them. So just pick 3 is hard. But maybe we can dig deeper into each one of them a little bit. And I know maybe you're thinking, what does all of this have to do with business? I'll explain afterwards. But speaking of family is one of my biggest core values too. And they are the reason why I chose business or even nursing in the first place. But for you, Tyler, what do you think of when you think of family? Is it paying back? Building a legacy? What would you think of?
In terms of what I think about when I think about family, I think about I do think about my impact in that sense of the way in which I can set an example for my family, specifically like the younger generation. I'm the oldest of many cousins and 4 siblings as well. So really being able to one take care of my family as well as setting that example for them to follow as well is really important to me, as others have done the same for me.
Okay. I see. So me back then, I wanted the same thing. I still want that for my family. But the moment I met my mentor, he asked me this question. He said, Van, do you know how much your parents make? And I froze because I never really had that kind of conversation with my family. They always wanted to keep me innocent, like carefree and stress-free. So the only thing I had to focus on was just school. But then I say no to my mentor, right? And he said, how can you pay them back if you don't know how much it costs them to survive life right now? And that's when I realized that, yes, I wanted to pay my parents back. I wanted to make an impact in their life. But in a practical sense, I didn't really know how much that would require from me. Because isn't it true that in order for you to take care of somebody, you need to figure out how much they have to work to stay alive, to survive, and you make that same amount on top of your personal expense. So you tell them, hey, you can stay home. I got this taken care of. That's how you can buy peace of mind. And you buy the stress for them, right? You get them away from the boss, the job. And so for me back then, I'll be honest, I chose nursing. I was working hard for school to take care of my family one day, but I didn't have a clear and detailed plan on how to execute that. Until I met my mentor and he showed me, he said, Van, I wanted the same thing like you. I also want to pay my mom back. I want to make her proud of me, proud of her son. But not just by making her feel good for one day when I cross the stage at a big university, but I pay her back by taking care of her future. I put her in the front row of 1,000 people Coliseum watching her son on stage, impacting lives. That's how I pay her back. And just like you, I want to be able to take my mom travel too. My goal back then was just being able to sponsor a trip from my mom back to Vietnam every year, once a year. That was my goal. Until I met my mentor and he's like, I want the same thing, but not only to send money to my mom, I can also go travel with her. And we never have to buy a round trip ticket because I never have to return to like a job. And when I'm traveling with my mom, I'm 100% mentally there. I don't have to worry about checking my work email about the unfinished project with my coworker. I'm there with her. And I don't have to limit her to go once a year. We can go any time of the year that we want to. And just one simple thing he said that shook me to my core. He said, I don't have to wait until my birthday or her birthday or the weekend to go out to eat. I can go eat lunch with my mom on a Tuesday afternoon if I wanted to. And we don't have to look at the menu from right to left. We don't have to look at the price before the food. We buy whatever we want. And I think for me, those are huge. Because 61 years of my parents' life, never a day in their life that I've seen them not wake up to an alarm clock. Me included. 23 still wake up to an alarm every single day. I'm not sure you guys relate to this. But just me, when I hear those things that my mentor was able to do for his parents, I realized that I was working hard, but I didn't have a clear direction of where I was going, nor a game plan to achieve that. And same thing for marriage, because I think the word family, it includes two parts: the family you come from and the family that you create. And I'm not sure if you kind of thought about that already in the sense of life partner and parenting, because me back then 3-4 years ago, I did not. For me, I just thought of school. My vision stopped at a bachelor and a nursing degree. So when I met my mentor, he asked me, Van, what is your standard of a life partner? And I froze the second time. I did not think about long-term commitment. My parents divorced, by the way. So that kind of left a mark in me. And I didn't want to get into any kind of like long-term relationship because I was scared of being like my mom, being like my dad. Until I saw my mentor and he told me this. And I saw him living that life, because not only he retired his parents, he retired his in-laws. And his wife did not ask him to do so. He just said, I love you enough so that I want to learn to love your loved ones as well. And right now, he's sponsoring, because his in-laws, they don't live in America. He's sponsoring his in-laws over to America, and he's already checking a house for them. So by the time they come here, they don't have to go to find job. They don't have to find rent, housing, or anything. They have a house here. That's what he's doing for his wife and his in-laws. And so when I saw that not only that financial providing aspect that got my respect for my mentor, but the fact that besides being a provider financially, he's been there for his wife mentally and emotionally. He said, the biggest flex that my friend can pull on me is the Gucci bag, the Chanel bag, and the house, the phones they got for their wife. But I think those things are cheap. The one thing I can do for my wife that not a lot of people my age can do for theirs is I can sit there 7-8 hours listening to her being emotional, venting, having a crash out, and I'm still patient with her. Learn her love language, learn to be understanding. Not because I was born with innate patience, but because I don't have to deal with the pressure from work. So I'm 100% there mentally for my family. My friends, in order for them to afford a bag, the shoes, the house, they gotta trade their time, their mental capacity for their boss in order to have those things for their wife. So by the time they got home, they irritated, they short-tempered, they easily get annoyed. And when I heard that, immediately it clicked in my head. That was my parents. That was their marriage, and that's why they broke up. Mm-hmm. And so the reason why I'm sharing with you these things, Tyler, is because I think at the end of the day, whatever that you choose to do, could be engineering, could be healthcare, could be law, could be accounting, even a business. I don't think that's the ultimate goal somebody should chase after. But the ultimate goal we should set for ourselves, we should look after, is what makes us truly happy, and will the career we choose get us there? Mm-hmm. One of my business partners, we had a seminar. We spoke together yesterday. He's based in Austin right now, but his whole family lives in Bay Area. His dad owns Apple stock. They have like about $1 million worth of stock from Apple. Hopefully I can connect you guys in the future. So they have 4 houses here in America. Both of his parents, beside the Apple stock, they also have their own career in engineering. Each of them makes up $200K a year salary. Filthy rich Asian. Mm-hmm. And I asked him, your family already so rich, why you want to start a business? Like, why are you even like building business right now? You have your own business. You have your inheritance. You don't need none of this. And he told me, well, my family is rich, but they don't have no time. My dad and my mom, they make good income, but they never have time to travel, to do anything for themselves. They never had time for me. Mm-hmm. So I want to make money, but I want to have a life too. And that's why when he get the chance to learn about our business and my mentor, he start to build his own business aside his professional career. Yeah, but I'm sharing with you these things again, Tyler. I hope that you can, zoom out a little bit to start, having that question for yourself. Besides, I like business. I think it's a good idea. I want you to start thinking more about, why business for you. Because I think at the end of the day, if you ask me, is my business easy to do since Amy is a college student? And matter of fact, I'm working with a lot of college students too. I started as a college student. The answer is yes. It's simple. But if you ask me, is it easy to build and to be one of those people like my mentors can retire in his early 20s? I don't think that's easy. Because think about it for a second. Do you think it's hard for you to get a 4-year degree from UW? Do you think it takes some effort for you to get the degree?
Right.
Do you think it takes effort for you to find a job and climb up the ladder to make like 6-figure income, like 100K a year? It's hard, right? It takes effort. So imagine, not only you make 6-figure income actively, you make it passive income. So it requires a lot more than somebody who just chase after a 6-figure income active.
Right.
So it's hard. But I think that's the reason why whenever I talk with people like this, I meet with somebody before we even talk about the business plan, I want to know first what they're looking for. Because I think business is for everybody, but it's not for anybody. Like you can start, like there's right now reselling, there's stock, there's day trading, there's Airbnb business. I've seen so many like gigs out there online, quick cash business plans. But if you ask me, like, is there something that similar like us, what we do in here? I'll be honest and upfront. No, it's not a quick cash kind of business. It does require work. It does require commitment. It does require work ethic and consistency. Maybe you can ask Amy for her experience, because I remember when I first met her, she was somebody very shy. She was a little bit introverted. She didn't talk to people unless people come and talk to her first. Somebody who would wait for people to come and say hi and shake her hand. And I never thought one day she would actually be a business owner, come to the big meeting room and introduce her name and talk about products and sales. Never thought about that. But you ask her, she's rocking her business right now. Last month, how much revenue did you make? Over 1,500, right, Amy?
Yeah. This month is
Never
already
thought.
over 2K.
So I never thought somebody like me would build a business or be able to do all those things. And same thing like me. If you met me 4 or 5 years ago, I was shy, I was socially awkward, I stutter when I speak. I never thought that I make a friend, like take that initiation to do so. But now I'm working with not just people that are Vietnamese. I work with different ethnicities. I work with people from a different religion. There are people, like I just shared with you, my business partner, his name is Shreyas. His family background is, I've never thought I'll make a friend like that until I met him and I work with him. And so I think for us, it wasn't because we had special talents or skills that we were born with, but we just started with a motivation, a reason why we chose business. And that's how we learn to overcome ourselves to be able to handle business at the same time. For Amy, she's a full-time student too, just like you. Yeah, and there are people I'm working with are full-time, 9 to 5, 40, 50 hours working, and then they work on their business afterwards. And so I have this quick question for you. Do you think you are somebody that is more outcome focused or you are more process focused?
Um, I think before I was more outcome focused, but I'm trying to shift to more the process, because I think that the process is what leads to the outcome. If you don't have the process, you won't be able to then you won't be able to access that outcome. So as long as you focus on the process, and have good work ethic, and to continue to focus on yourself and the process in which you're trying to achieve the outcome, then the outcome will come naturally.
Okay. Let me ask you a different question. Let's say right now, I ask you to run across the freeway and there are a lot of cars driving through. Will you do it?
Um, Thinking about that, I would first look at which highway that would be, because
Okay.
some have like, for example, like a side road, but that is it's a big ask. But I mean, in terms of seeing how that would possibly make me grow, or seeing what that would end up in, and weighing the costs and benefits, I think that's something to consider as well.
Mm, um, I see. There are a lot of things to consider, right?
Mhm.
But what if I say there are your parents on the other side of the road and they need you to save them? Now would you cross the freeway?
Yes, I would. Like I said, I think family is really important to me, so I would try and do everything in my power to get to the other side. Um, but I think it's also important not to just think about it illogically and just go. I think it's important too as well. Like I said, um, look at some of the details. For example, like which highway, and some other things that may impact your crossing of the road. So um, it's important to I believe in my personal values that is I would cross that bridge, but it's also important for me to um, see the ways in which I could make that possible.
Mm, okay, I agree. But I also noticed that when I ask you to cross the freeway and there's your family on the other side, you answer yes quicker. You still have your considerations, but those considerations come after the yes.
Right.
So I think that what it means is I think most of us humans being we would do the same thing, which is when there's something matters enough for us, then we make that decision right away and we'll consider everything else after. So I think it's similar to what we do with our life because I don't think it's about engineering or nursing or business, but what matters more, what makes us become willingly go through that process in between the journey is the other side, what we getting out from it. That's our why. That's our motivation.
Right.
And I think for you, same thing. Right now, you're going to school for engineering, right?
Mhm.
I'm sure there are days that you don't want to do your homework. There are
Right.
days you don't feel like going to class, but you still do anyways because you can see the reward on the other side. You're getting the degree. You making income from a job or something. You meeting your parents' expectation. You make them happy, whatever it is. But there's a reason that get you through those hard days. So it's the same thing for entrepreneurship. Same thing for business. I
Mhm.
think what matters more is not the products. It's not the business model because if you look, there are different phone brands. There's Apple, there's Samsung, there's BlackBerry, there's Nokia, there's Google, there's Motorola, but there's always one company being the top one every year, either Apple or Samsung. So many companies in the same industry, but there's only one brand being the number one, and that in any industry.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's about the product because they sell the same product, but it's the people who stand behind the products, the brands that make that product different.
Mhm.
Same thing for the business or whatever you're gonna start, because there are gonna be people compete with you. So I think the characters, who you are, your goal, your vision, your purpose matters more than those technical things. That's what I'm trying to get across here. But before we wrap it up, I just want to maybe share a little bit about our business so you kind of have an idea of what we doing.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure do you have experience with business before? Have you done anything before?
I've had like as I explained before, I did like an entrepreneurship camp thing. It was back at home. It was, but is a lot more cultural based, I'd say. It was a lot to do with like um Hawaiian values. But I had that experience, and we went in through creating the process of creating a startup. And yeah, so that was one of my main experiences with entrepreneurship and business.
Gotcha. So, I just want to briefly go over our business model. Maybe we can find out a time to go more in detail. But what we do is e-commerce and franchising. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with any of these concepts, but I'm sure you know companies like Amazon,
Mm.
eBay, Uber, Netflix.
Mhm.
So e-commerce is similar like that, or those companies. So we don't have a physical store. We don't create, invent, research any product, because those things, the process of you researching, making, creating a product, and then bringing it to the market, having the patent, the copyright to sell the product, market it up for people to know, is a lot of money. And one of the biggest reasons that stop people to go into business is capital,
Right.
money to start. So we don't invent anything. We don't create anything. We have existing partnership with over 450 brands. Some of those are very mainstream, like Apple, Adidas, Nike, Bank America, and some are exclusive brands that only us have partnership with them and have the right to distribute their products. And so what we do is we help increase those stores' revenues, and as a partner, we share profit with them. So that's one part of what we do. But what we primarily focusing on, me and Amy, is the franchising part. So if you look at, for example, McDonald's, Starbucks, or what else? I don't know. I'm trying to think of a franchise right now. Chick-fil-A, whatever. So if you look at those companies, the reason why those companies, they have multiple like locations everywhere you go in the US, is because they don't just make the product and sell it for like one place, one specific city, but they franchise out their idea, like what Ray Kroc did for McDonald's.
Mhm.
So same thing. What we do is we don't just focus on making sales alone and make commission from it, but we guide and we help people with similar goals and interests like us to also start and scale up their business. And so as a franchisor, we get rewarded for our leadership when we help people to also start their business and make profit. So that's the concept of franchising and e-commerce. And that's also why we have a selection process to walk people through before we offer the partnership. Because I think for us, the products are easy. You can have access to those products on your own. Very simple. You can just start an online website, you start your own business, easy. But I think what's hard is you being able to maintain it.
Mhm.
Imagine right now, let me ask you, let's say if I give you Apple right now, do you think you can run the company and make income, make money, make profit right away?
No, I think
No.
yeah.
So sometimes you may have the greatest product, but if you don't have the mindset to run the company, the business, that business will collapse.
Mhm.
And so that's why we have mentorship to help and guide people, build up their mindset to be able to run their business alongside with school and their personal life. I think one of the biggest things that young people like us struggle with, it's not about skills, but it's actually about soft skills, not the physical, the hard skills, but the soft skills to manage our life. I've seen a lot. I'm not saying this to like for the sake of saying it, but I've seen people, they get excited one day, the next day they fight with their boyfriend, girlfriend, they don't want to attend meetings, or they get parents like objection, rejection whatsoever. Parents give them pressure. They're like, let me just focus on school now. Or I don't know, friends invite them to a party. They're like, I don't have time for this. I've seen this a lot. So I think for young people, the biggest thing we struggle with is distraction and being able to handle life, to be able to stick with something in the long run.
Right.
And so that's why we want to walk people through the process and see if their values align with us, to differentiate the serious versus the curious people. Because any partnership for us is a big commitment. We don't just teach people how to sell, but we teach people how to do better time management, budgeting, financial game planning, communication, how to handle their relationship. And so that's a big investment for us. So we don't just want to get into partnership with anybody. And I think same thing for you as a candidate, as somebody who learning about this. I don't think you just want to start partnership with a stranger you just meet for an hour.
Right.
Or you want to invest your time into something that you barely learn about. And so the process, you can treat it as an educational process for you to be and like thoroughly informed about the business and this opportunity before you call a shot. So I think it's a fair chance for both of us to get to know, both or out each other before we make the final decision. But like I said, because we have the process, so each meeting like this, you will learn a little bit more about the business. So in the next couple of steps, you will learn about the business model in more detail. We explain for you how it works, and you will see compensation plan, how you generate income in here, and you see the different ROI, return of investment, and what it takes for you to succeed, and partnership expectation. So those are the things that we cover throughout the process, and it's free of charge. We don't charge people for like meeting like this or the materials that we provide for candidates. You'll be receiving audios or maybe books or bigger conferences for you to learn, but we don't charge you for that. So I think the really only cost you're paying is just having a good attitude to learn. That's what I say. And it's also self-paced, so there's no deadline. It's entirely up to you and your urgency to learn about this. I work with people work full-time. I work with people do 9 to 5, people who work and then go to school. So I work around people's schedules. But I think if nothing else, if you don't have questions, or I'm not sure if you have any thoughts, any reflections you want to share, or if you have anything after this conversation resonated with you, but I think we can call it a night today, since it's already, I think, about an hour now. So I'm not sure if did anything that you hear today resonated with you, or do you think you want to spare time to learn about this opportunity after this talk?
No, a lot of it really resonated with me. A lot of the ideas that you brought up with your goals with the business, I also do resonate with. My parents are also divorced. One of the main reasons why was because of that need to work. My dad was always in his job. He was working sometimes overtime. So he didn't really have time for the family. So that was one of the biggest things that led to the divorce. So I also do see that as a downfall to business. or to work the workforce, and something that business can help with, in terms of creating your own time, and having time for your family. So that really resonated with me, specifically because of the values of family. So yeah, I think that this call was really helpful. It really resonated with me in terms of your values and your goals as well. So yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, we relate more than I thought. I think after this meeting, maybe Amy can help to send you a book. Not sure if you read the book, The Business of the 21st Century before.
I don't think so.
This one is a shorter version of the original one, but it's written by Robert Kiyosaki. He's self-made. He's Japanese. I just realized that he's Japanese American, but he's a self-made multi-millionaire businessman, and he wrote a lot of financial literacy books. And so one of those, Business of the 21st Century, he dedicated that to explain our business model, the industry that we in, and the rewards that come with it. And what I love about reading that book is he's not in our industry. He has multiple businesses that's not similar to what we do. So I think it's unusually my candidates I'm working with, they take up about like 3 to 5 days to read. This is about 60 page. I'm not sure. Are you a reader?
Not really, but I have been picking up more books recently. I'm currently going through Atomic Habits right now.
Good book. Yeah. So how long do you think you will take to finish the book if we were to send it out?
Did you say it was around 60 pages? I'd say around 3 days, as well. Yeah.
Okay. Amy can help send you the book afterwards, and once you finish, maybe you can let us know ahead of time too, because usually my schedule is booked 2 to 3 days ahead. Like right now it's Thursday, but it's already next week. By around this time, it's already booked. So you can maybe let us know ahead of time so we can find a time to sit down again, and I will help you to debrief the book, explain more about the business itself. But I would recommend when you read, focus on the rewards section, because I think it's something that you should understand and really see if this is something that really aligns with what you want. Yeah, but I think that'll be it, because it's already a long conversation. But yeah, I gotta go soon for another meeting, but it was nice meeting you, Tyler.
It's nice meeting you too.
Yeah, so I'm actually visiting Seattle in May, so hopefully we'll see each other in person
For sure.
that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
But you guys have, I don't know, the good rest of your night. Bye.
Thank you,
You too.
Van.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What did you think, Tyler?
I thought it was pretty good. Very
Yeah?
good. Yeah.
Do you think it's like a lot more different from the very first meeting you had, like the workshop, the resume workshop? Do you feel like this meeting like helped you, I guess, see where your values were, or to see like that lifestyle that you want? Because
I feel like
this
this one was a lot better.
yeah, it's
For
more
that,
personal, I feel like.
yeah, more
Yeah.
personal. Because the other one is he was talking to the audience, but this one is like directly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can send you over the book. You said 3 days. You sure you can finish in 3 days?
No,
Like
it's 60 pages, right?
yeah.
That's not that bad.
Okay, yeah. You can probably just read it over the weekend too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll send you over the book. Do you have Facebook Messenger?
Good question.
Or Facebook? You should
Oh
know
yeah,
an account.
Facebook.
Okay. I deleted my Facebook account.
Oh, I do have Messenger.
Okay. Let me add you on Facebook. You have the app
Alright.
on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like you and Van are very
My
similar.
family. Very similar.
Yeah, because you guys had divorced parents. You know what? I don't really know about your family background. This is like the first time I actually like learned more about you on a deeper
Yeah.
level. What is your
Never
Facebook?
asked.
Is it just okay, but
Hmm?
are you into like
I
deep
added you.
conversations? Okay.
Huh?
Are you into deep conversations?
My what?
Are you into deep conversations?
Like what do you mean? Oh, like connecting on a
Like deep
deeper level.
talks.
Yeah. I'm always up for deep talks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me make a group chat. I
Okay.
think after this meeting, you can just send like a short, quick thank you to Van, because she took time out of her day to meet with us. And maybe in that message too, you can talk more about like what resonated with you or what was like the most important thing you took out of this meeting. So yeah, just a quick appreciation message, and then I'll send you over the book, and then we can just, catch up on there. Yeah. All right. Bye, Tyler.
Bye.
Bye-bye.